guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today, that's right, we're going to be setting up our portals and also building our rooms using a special machine that I want to talk about here shortly. Hopefully you guys are ready. Today we are going to be expanding our base. Yes, we're going to be adding these sides, getting these portals activated. Some people asked, how do you actually activate these Draconic portals? I will be showing that in today's video. Also, there's an awesome blog from RFTools that I have never really covered before, but I think I should probably cover it. And that is the Composer. And we're going to use that today to modify the builds for the different rooms that we're going to do. This is going to save us time, plus it's going to be very nice for designing. And if you've never used any 3D software before, this might be new to you. Plus, if you've never used the Builder before, and you've actually never messed around with any of the shape cards or anything like that, this might be a little bit confusing to you, so just keep that in mind. This part may be a little bit more advanced, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at this Composer. So the Builder is your normal, you put the card in here. This will do whatever that card says to do. Well, this lets you fully customize your shapes. Yes, what you're seeing is something that you can do in an actual card. And this is the shape of the rooms I think I'm going to go with. I believe that this is a super easy way to do this. And I was also looking at I was hoping that you could like flip this, but if you see here and you click flip, it doesn't flip the way you think it does. It just flips it upside down. So there's no need for us to do that. But as you can see, you can specify individual parts. So if we want stone, this middle part right here was technically being colored with stone. So you could, if you build with this, I'm just using this right here as a guide to kind of separate the different parts. But if you wanted to specify what it needs to build with, what the material would be, you can do that right here. But let's go ahead and clear this out. We're gonna copy this exact thing. I'm gonna show you step by step how to use this thing. That way you guys can do it yourself. So let's go ahead and get shape cards. And then we're also going to need a shape card for quarrying, because that's what we're going to copy this actual composite shape to. So let's get a few shape cards here. We're not going to need many. And I'm going to actually take these shape cards out temporarily. And I need to save these so I can reference them for their actual size. Because it does tell us the specs right here when you hover over them. So you can see right here. So, and then also we have this card. What I'm going to do with this shape card for right now, I'm going to take this new card. Right now, it's got a simple box here. And we're also going to clear that out. We have a simple box. Has nothing in it, right? We need to define the size of this. I'm just going to do 100 by 100 right now. And leave it a solid cube. Okay? This is going to give us basically our building box, where everything's going to be built inside. And later on, we can actually make this smaller, so that way we have a nice smaller area to work with when we go moving this around. All right, so first of all, we need to get our first shape built in here, and it's pretty easy to see once you put it in here. I'm going to grab a piece of cobblestone or stone. Doesn't really matter. We'll use cobblestone because it's just going to use a color, and we're going to use this to kind of see things. So let's go ahead and take our first card. By default, these are set to a 5x5x5 box. And what we know to do is click this to open it up and change the size. So I'm going to go set this to basically what we set this room to, which was a torus. And then let's change the size of the torus to, a 27 by 9? Because I think that's what I want these rooms to be made out of. And you can see that on the inside there, it's still going to leave material. Think of this as this is going to be, the material that's blue is what's going to be subtracted from our stone that we are surrounded by. So anything that is inside that blue is going to be removed. So let's just keep that in mind. And whenever we get that done, you will now see it is inside that bounding box, right? Now, this is what I'm going to show you this bounding box actually does. If I set this down to 10 or 15, you can see it's actually going to chop this shape down because now we have no room, right? Because it'll only build within the building bounds of the RFTools clearing card. So we need to make sure that this is big enough. And that's why I said just setting it to 100 to 100 is probably good enough, unless you're building something bigger. So there we go. That'll take time to fix itself. And there we go. So we have our central shape. And that was this card right here. This is a shape solid torus. And that's exactly what we have here. So moving on, I'm going to go ahead and add another shape to this. And this is where this tool becomes really, really cool. I'm going to set this to a cylinder, a regular cylinder. And I know that the inside of it is going to be a little bit different because it's a 9x9. So if you want to do 9 first, you can test this out. Do 9 and set this to 7 because I think that's the distance tall that it needs to be to fit within here. And at first, you're not going to be able to really see this, but you can see it here. But if you want to change this to make it easier to view, we'll just set this first piece to a different texture. And now we can differentiate the 2 different textures. Now, I want this right here to go all the way to this outside edge, if you can see it here. I want it to match this outside. So I definitely know that this is not the right shape, and the actual shape is 15 by 15. So we can do 15 and 15, and this is going to make this whole thing completely cleared on the inside, which is what I want. I want this whole thing to be completely clear. So that's going to do that. Next step is I want to add more toruses on the outside. So to add more toruses on the outside, all we have to do is sort of find our direction. You can see down here we have north and south. If we take a look at this, the way that this arrow is pointing out is actually north, and the way that it's gone is going to be south. So we can kind of get our directions that way if you want to. It's also your X, Y, and Z coordinates. So it all depends. You can also zoom in, by the way, and zoom out if you want to with this. It tells you down here when you hover. It says use middle click to reset your zoom. Use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out. So my zoom wheel is for some reason not working on here. I don't know why. Maybe something is wrong. But you can also shift drag your mouse to pan. And then if you hit middle mouse click, it'll reset your view to flat. So there we go. There's just some ways to navigate this. Also, you just drag your mouse to rotate in here. All right, so let's go ahead and add our shapes. Let's add our shapes. Down here, I have some more rooms. I'm doing them 19 by 19. They're a little bit smaller, but they should work just the same. So we'll go ahead and place these in here. And I'm going to set this to a different texture. Or actually, sorry, leave that because these are actually going to be on the outside. So let's set this to 19. But it needs to be a torus. So let's go over to torus. And of course, this will be 9 because it's going to be the same height as everything else. And you're going to get this shape like that. Now, this is going to be in the middle. If we want to move this out, we got to move this out a little bit. And what you can do is just keep nudging this bit by bit. Say we need to nudge this 15 out. If we pick this up and place it back in, it will affect the changes. And we'll reload. And there we go. You can see that that is not enough. I actually want this to go out more. So we just go back in and we keep going, maybe 17. We know 17 is not enough. We can keep going. We can go 21. Is that going to be too much? I'm going odd numbers as well. You don't have to go odd numbers when you're pulling out like this. All right, we come to this point and I'm looking at it and I'm going, all right, I think I want these two to be merged into the same block. And I think that might look good. So I need to nudge that over one more. So let's just do 20. And there we go. Now they're merged into the same block. And that's going to give you a nice little walk area, little hallway to go through that should be 1 block wide. Now, if we wanted to push this more, we could probably nudge this over one more and do 19. And 19 would probably be pushing it. We could do 19. Yeah, no, I'm going to leave it like this. I kind of like this. All right, so what we need to do is pretty much copy this card to another one. And once we get this copied, it should be pretty easy to understand. We need to set this to torus. So let's go to torus. And remember, this is a 19 by 9. And we went 20 in one offset, so let's go 20 in another offset. We pick this up. That offset will take place if it didn't already. And as you can see, we have a Mickey Mouse character. Nice, right? All right, I want to add one more to this, and we're going to be basically flipping these around a little bit to get them to work for each side. But we need to remember this is north, So this is technically going to be the one that's facing north. I just want to remember that. And now we need to move this on the other axis. This being on the positive axis, we need to actually go to the next one and make sure we use that same box that's on this one, but we're going to make this a negative number. That'll push that over here. So let's go ahead and edit this shape to a torus. I hope this isn't too complicated. Like I said, if you need to rewatch and do that, you can. You can pause, rewind, go back, do everything you need to do, and you should be able to learn this stuff. All right, so now that we got this done, one last thing I want to do is I want to put a ring around this whole thing, and then on the back side, we'll probably close up the ring. That way the ring only goes in between these three, and we'll have like sort of a space type tunnel setup going. I'm still debating on exactly how I want that. Or do I want it going up and around? The problem is the toruses, for some reason, I can't get them to flip onto this axis, where it's going in a circular motion like that. I don't know why. Like, there's no way for me to really flip it, to flip a torus. I wish I could. I wish there was another way to do that, but every time I try, it just doesn't work. I mean, I can try it again. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add a shape here. And if I go to torus, maybe I can try negative 15.5. Yeah, it does the exact opposite. You can't go negative on these. And you can't rotate its axis, unfortunately. If you go like 15 here and 5 here, it creates its own different shape that we don't actually want. So unfortunately, that's not what we want. But I still want a torus. So let's try going 55, and we'll go 9. Because that's what we've been using, is 9. And let's see. Okay, so 55 is too much. So let's go 51. Is that going to be good? 51 is like right on the money there. It is very close. And this is also going to clear out these center areas and still going to leave a little bit, but we'll be able to adjust from there, hopefully. Hopefully that'll work. But yeah, I really do like this shape, and I think this works out perfect. Now, we do have a little area here that we could technically clear out. I think we're going to do this manually, clearing this little section. But I mean, for right now, this seems to be the way I want. I want my portal to be right here to take us back into the home area. Yeah, this is kind of looking good. I like this. So I can technically take that out. This will be our entire area that will be cleared out. And everything is actually saved to this card. So if I pull this card out, we can now see, when we open it up, that we have a composition, and this is our actual composition. How cool is that? Now, we can actually change the bounding box, because we do know that this is actually going out only 51 blocks. So if we do 52 or 50, 53, we can do 53 by 53, I think. Oh, we need to go more than 53, so 60. We'll do 60 by 60 by 10, because this is actually 9 tall. Or we can do 11, actually. Just make it even on us. And that'll make sure our center point is right where we need it to be. So, the next point of this is to make sure that we get this out far enough, right? We need to make sure this is out far enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, so we need to go 18 in the north direction. And I want to make sure, by mining this out, that we can see how far this actually is from our center base. And I think I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's hard to see. I need a lamp or a torch. Can't actually see anything. I know you guys can't either. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I want to see the edge be blue right there. So to do that, I need to make sure I count. I don't know if it's from this block, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So we need to make sure it's 27 in that direction. So, right, 27, and that is going in a positive 27. So to do that, it's just kind of weird maybe to think about this, but we'll go ahead and put this card in here inside of our builder. And we'll do positive 27 in this axis. And then we'll show the supporting view. And okay, I can already tell that this is not the right way. So maybe it's actually in a negative. Wait, let's show this again. Is this the flat end? It's hard for me to tell. Okay, so this is the round end. Okay, so this is actually building south. Correct? Yeah, this is building south. Okay, so I guess that's on the opposite side. Huh. Anyways, let's get that fixed then. So we still need to, I think, push it more that way. I still want to go out 9 that way. So let's keep trial and error in this. 27, let's double that. 27, we'll do like more like 50. Well, 55 would push it all the way over. We'll do 45 right now. Okay, and since that didn't show up, I know I pushed it the right direction. But let's count this out. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we need it to be not that far out, but that'll work. I want these to be even. So once I have one number, I know the other number will be right. Let's show that. Okay, so now we know kind of how many we need to go over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 over. Let's try 5 more added to that. And we'll see if we can get this. It's going to take a little bit of time. Let's do 50. Is that right in front of the torch? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Needs to go over 1 more. Awesome. So 51. 51. So we'll be able to remember that. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a lever. And this should have plenty of power. That should be ready to go. And we just need to fire this off. Technically, this should be doing this very complex build breakdown. And it should be at the level here. As you can see, it looks like it's stopped. Like I said, we might have to get in here. Let's see, is it still working? Not enough room. Alright, I might have to check something real quick. So, I figured out what was wrong. which is kind of hilarious. We need a storage. And also, let me go ahead and do that. There we go. And let's go ahead and get a drawer. I guess I can use a normal drawer, right? Yeah, we probably need a crate. I'll just go ahead and use a double crate. We probably would have been better if we would have actually used a void. But this guy should do its thing now that it has a storage. Look at it go. Oh man, this is satisfying to watch. So yeah, we pretty much have this whole area that it has to mine out. And it's going to mine out section by section by section by section. And eventually we'll get this whole thing cleared out. But like I said, there's not going to be a pathway to it. This is going to be a direct teleport to the center of this bad boy. We shouldn't have any mob spawning in here. I don't think. Just to be on the safe side, I might want to grab another mega torch. just to be able to place in here. So let's get a mega. Good old-fashioned mega torch. We'll go ahead and jump in here. I just pretty much need to walk all the way to this edge where it's starting to work on the center. Yeah. This should be the center room. I'm just going to place one down just to be sure. Yeah, it should take a little bit of time to clear this out, so I'll be back when it's done. So now that we have that done and we know what side that this actually worked on, we can kind of take a look at this and change a few things now. So we do know our little green arrow is here. I think we can see that the blue is pointing here. So we do know that this is actually not north, this is south, that this direction is pointing. It's facing south, which means that this is north. So if we want to do the exact opposite here, we need to find the location of the top one, which should be our first actual torus here. And we just need to change the location from this to -20. Right? And that should hopefully change. Once we update that, there we go. And now we could basically take this exact same shape, pull this out, and we should be able to put that back in here. And on the -51, or on the 51, we need to do -51. And that should pretty much do the exact same on the opposite side. So we should have the exact same copy over here. And when we turn this on, it should start working on that. So let's get another mega torch. And we'll just go ahead and head over there, because it should start clearing this area out. And once we get that area started, I'll go ahead and place that, and I'm going to get the rest of these sides done. You kind of can understand how these work and how these are actually applying. And I'm pretty sure you guys understand now at this point how the composer works and the builder works. So I hope we're clear there, and we can kind of move on to the decoration part. So I've gotten all of these areas nice and cleared out, and I did go ahead and throw my night vision helmet on. You can see when I turn it off, you can just right click to turn it on and off, which is really, really handy, especially when I have been working in very dark conditions, mining this out. Basically, I raised the floor level 1 and then cleared out all the edges, and then of course removed all these little bumps and stubble things here and there. But what we're going to do is we're going to get the rest of our portals set up today, so that way we can teleport to the central location. I'm also going to move this torch to the proper location, which is going to be the center of this room. Actually, I can probably just not worry about that till here in a little bit. But what I'm going to do, I left these rooms open. We're going to close these very soon once we get these portals set up. And we need to link these to the proper size. So let's get our dislocator. We need to get a couple dislocators. There we go. There's a few dislocators. We also need some of these receptacles. And we're also going to need a bunch of this draconium-infused obsidian, of course. So let's first of all, let's go ahead and link our room. This is our north room. This is probably where our applied energistic stuff is going to go, at least in the main area. Probably right back there is going to be our applied energistics. We need to line up right in the center of this room. Right here, and I want to face this way, away from everything, and it actually does save your the looking coordinates. So if we go ahead and we lock this in, shift right click, that has now bound to that particular location. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build this portal. This is going to be the portal back home. Of course, we haven't decorated the sides or anything like that, so there's not really much we can do, but we do need to make this thing full. And this is how you build this portal. And you go ahead and place that there. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to smack this right here on it. Now, we need basically to teleport in, and we're going to teleport back out. We're going to we're going to set both of these up together. That way we don't kind of lose track and kind of forget where we place things. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in with stone. Let me grab some stone real quick. Here we go. There should be plenty of stone for filling these in. I'm going to go ahead and fill this section in there. Perfect. Breaker torch. We don't need that anymore. And this is going to activate. Bam. Like that. And this is going to be our portal to that hall area. So let's go in. We get teleported right here. And yeah, we're good to go. I forgot to do something though. which is kind of derpy of me. And that is, I closed this up and I forgot to activate my other location. So, to basically pull this out, you can shift right click on here. Or you can just break it, like I'm about to do. Can I not break that? Let me shift right click here. There we go, shift right click there. I'm going to fill this back in, so that way it's not broken. We can place it back in now. There we go. I need to remove the builder, because we're basically done with it for right now. Also, I don't know why that got filled with cobblestone. That's weird. There we go. Fill that. And there we go. Perfect. Alright, and we can probably move this. This is done right now. All this is done. There we go. I'm going to link this north facing. So we have this one, which is unbound. I'm going to go ahead and link the north facing. Make sure we're standing in the middle of the block. As best we can. I'm going to link north facing, just like that. Then we can go in here. Bam, that's pretty quick. Open that portal, and that's going to take us right back. As you can see, that works out perfect, right? And we're going to do this for each and every one. So I'm going to go ahead and link this one. I'm going to still remain north facing, so that way, you know, because we can probably get confused if we don't link these to the same direction every time. But I do need to, yeah, I need to go in here, also set this location, and that way it'll make it a smoother transition as we go back and forth. Yeah, I'm going to pretty much have to repeat this same process just a couple more times. I'm not going to put you guys through that nightmare, but I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this done. Shouldn't take me very long. At least when I get this one finished. And this is going to be the one home, so we'll go ahead and save that there. Right, did that go in? Or did I... Oh, the wrong one in. It has to have a location tied to it or it won't activate. So there we go. Make sure we save our actual location, which means I need to fill this. So let's go and do that. We need to stand in this exact location. I'm going to go ahead and place the megatorch here, but like I said, we're going to change that very soon. And we need to be facing this way. And we can link. Walk through the portal. Bam. And remember what direction we went to. Remember, I think we went this way. I think. I actually don't know. We need to look at this. So this is negative 150. So was it this way? Yes, negative 150. And negative 99 seems weird considering we're facing in the middle of the area. Was it really 199 that we went to? That's the middle, right? This is the middle. Yeah, that didn't save to the right location. That's weird. I'm going to actually replace that one. I think we were off. No, it's saving to negative 999, even though my other shows me we're here. This shows we're at 999. Is it because this is in the way? I wonder if it's because that's in the way. No, that's weird. It's like off by 1. Very odd. I don't actually know why the coordinates is broken like that. Anyways, we just wasted 3 of those. That's okay. But we do know this is the west coordinates, so we'll just go back in. And remember, this is on our west side. Fix this. And activate. There we go. I gotta do this for the rest of them, so I'll be back in a second. So, all the portals are set up, and we are just about ready to end today's episode. I think the next few episodes are going to be very focused on getting items and stuff into these areas, and really focusing on exactly what we're going to do for each one of these rooms. or each one of these areas, I could call them. And but right before we end here, I really want to show you this new thing that come in this update. So let's check this mod out. So it's really a simple mod, but let's I just kind of want to show you that this might solve a lot of issues that a lot of people have with Project E. Let's take a look at this. So there is a EMC, personal EMC link. This thing is actually not that expensive. It looks scary at first, but really it's not that bad. We're going to need a dark matter furnace and some destruction catalysts, which are not that hard to make either, and a transmutation table. So first of all, let's go ahead and make another transmutation table, because we can duplicate these pretty easy. And we can just throw it in here. I think we need some, before we do that, we do need some matter from it. So I'm going to take some dark matter blocks. That should be pretty simple, right? Because this is all just transferable. We can throw that in there. One of these blocks, let's get this up until we have enough. And we'll just have a copy. There we go, there's our copy. We can actually add this to our transmutation table. There we go, now we have one. So we can pull this out. We're also going to need some Mobius fuel, some sand. We're also going to need some gunpowder. Of course, because we're actually about to make some TNT. Pop in here. Let's go ahead and make these destruction catalysts. We need these TNT right here. We need a little bit more than that. 8 TNT. Of course, we can EMC this stuff. That gives us 2. Throw that in there. We need a few of these. And we're also going to need some more Mobius fuel and flint and steel. Right, so I'm really excited about this block, by the way. So let's go ahead and make this. There's one destruction catalyst. And we can EMC that as well and grab 2 of those. Just like that. Probably should have saved that stuff so I could use it. I guess we can use the dark matter furnace. Let's go ahead and use the dark matter furnace for a reference. So I need this on keep, actually. There we go. We'll go ahead and actually make a normal furnace. And this will be nice because we can surround this with the blocks. That'll get a dark matter furnace for us, right? We need to use this in crafting. I'm going to go ahead and actually make 2 of them. Because this one I'm going to demonstrate. Because I don't have a dark matter furnace in my transmutation table, right? I don't have it right now. So let's pull that out. We have our dark furnace. We have 2 of those. The last thing we need is an energy condenser. And we can craft this thing. So what this thing is all about, it's pretty cool. If we take a look here, we can see right here, it lets you directly input items into your personal EMC storage, which you can access from your transmutation table. Has anybody dreamed of being able to use a hopper or anything to pipe items automatically into the table? Yeah. Normally you have to condense everything in an energy condenser into a material, and then you have to manually put that into your transmutation table. Not anymore. Because you can directly place it inside here. I should be able to pick that up with a normal... Yeah, you should be able to pick that up. But I should be able to place items in here, such as this dark matter furnace. If we search dark matter, you can see we don't have a furnace in here. Hopefully, if I just use a hopper... If I can even make a hopper. I think we have one in here. I'm just going to use a hopper as an example because this is like a universal item piping device. We should be able to put that dark matter furnace in here. It goes in, and do we have a dark matter furnace? Ooh, maybe that's a bug. Okay, so the EMC value may go up. Let's look at this EMC value. We have 478. So that should go up if we place this in. That goes up, but it doesn't learn the item. Okay, so that might be an issue that needs to go in the issue tracker, that it doesn't learn the item. But the EMC value does go up, because I'm not seeing the dark matter furnace. Unfortunately. Yeah, just the dark matter block. Okay, Well, I learned something new. But anyways, it still allows you to, say, throw tons and tons of emeralds into this thing, which is nice because you can have a bunch of these personal EMC links instead of having tons and tons of pipes, maybe. I don't know how optimized these personal EMC links are, but having, something pipe into them directly, like with just one item, would be really, really nice compared to having it thousands of items pumped into the energy condenser and then having thousands of items pumped out of that. So I could see how this could definitely help with performance. But I did want to show this block before I ended everything here. This is a really, really cool block, and we're definitely going to utilize the crap out of it. So I can't wait to do that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next episode. As always, thanks for watching.